Andrew Mayer Cohen, better known by the stage name Mayer Hawthorne, is a Grammy-nominated American singer, producer, songwriter, arranger, audio engineer, DJ, rapper and multi-instrumentalist based in Los Angeles, California. Mayer Hawthorne and The County is a name Cohen often uses when performing or recording as Mayer Hawthorne with other artists. In Cohen's words, The County is basically anyone who plays an instrument or sings on his album. It is also his band when he performs live. Cohen also performs and records hip-hop under the stage name Haircut, sometimes as part of the groups Jaded Incorporated, now on, Tuxedo, and Athletic Mike League. Early life, Cohen was born and raised in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In his junior year he replaced his class photo with a photo of Elvis Presley. His parents, Kathy and Richard Cohen, were always very supportive of his love of music. He has two younger sisters, Becky and Kelly. The stage name Mayer Hawthorne is a combination of Cohen's real middle name and the name of the street he grew up on, Hawthorne Road in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Career: Hawthorne moved to Los Angeles in 2006. He was signed to Stone's Throw Records by label head Peanut Butter Wolf. Originally the Mayer Hawthorne tracks were meant to be just side projects for pleasure, but upon hearing them Peanut Butter Wolf insisted they be made into an album. Hawthorne has had no previous vocal training. His debut single, Just Ain't Gonna Work Out / When I Said Goodbye, was released on a red heart-shaped 7 record on Stone's Throw Records on November 4, 2008. His second single Maybe So, Maybe No / I Wish It Would Rain was released on a 12 record on Stone's Throw Records on April 19, 2009. His debut album, A Strange Arrangement, was released on CD and LP on Stone's Throw Records on September 8, 2009. The song, When I Said Goodbye, was featured in the Kanye West Spike Jonze short film We Were Once a Fairy Tale. In 2011, Hawthorne performed guest vocals for the Sebastian song Love in Motion, featured on Sebastian's 2011 album Total. On July 15, 2011, Mayer Hawthorne was a guest, along with famed Memphis Stax Records keyboardist Booker T. Jones, on episode 43 of Daryl Hall's Live from Daryl's House Weekcast. Hawthorne, Hall, and Jones combined with Hall's house band on Strange Arrangement, Green Onions, No Strings, Just Ain't Gonna Work Out, and Your Easy Lovin' Ain't Pleasin' Nothin', and Hall's You Make My Dreams, and Private Eyes. During Hall's dinner for the group, Hawthorne stated that, when working as a hip-hop DJ, he began recording his own Motown-style tracks to avoid paying fees for sampling other artists' work. He also played all the instruments on each of those tracks, in addition to recording all his own vocals. Mayer Hawthorne and The County were musical guests on the Conan TV show on October 17, 2011, and The Late Show with David Letterman on October 25, 2011. On both shows, the group performed The Walk, their first single from How Do You Do. In 2012 Hawthorne released the 6-track live EP KCRWA unregistered trademark S Morning Becomes Eclectic, as a part of Record Store Day's Black Friday. In late May 2013, Hawthorne released his latest single, her favorite song from his latest album Where Does This Door Go? It is noted that the album is a departure from his throwback style in his past 3 albums. Later that year, he received a Grammy nomination for Best Boxed or Special Limited Edition package for his album How Do You Do? Hawthorne performed at the 2014 NHL Winter Classic hockey game in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In 2014, Hawthorne joined 14 Carats to form the synth-pop group Jaded Incorporated, and they released their debut album The Big Knock exclusively on vinyl and digital on June 17, 2014. Musical influences: Mayer Hawthorne is influenced by the music of Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes, Leroy Hutson, Mike Terry, Barry White, Smokey Robinson, and the legendary songwriting and production trio of Lamont Dozier, Brian Holland, and Edward Holland, Jr. Taking umbrage at the notion that his is a purely throwback soul sound, however, Hawthorne also cites more contemporary artists, such as Jay Dilla, as significant influences. Discussing How Do You Do, Hawthorne says, I found my own unique sound on this album, which I'm excited about. The album has a vintage sound, which involves 12 70s-inspired tracks, filled with orchestral pop and funky bass lines. I've taken what I can from the classic heroes of soul and updated it with the music I grew up listening to and loving, like Public Enemy and Juan Atkins and Cibotron. He first found his musical voice in hip-hop and rap from his father, who plays in a band in Detroit, Michigan. In popular culture, in July 2009, Hawthorne was featured on the cover of the 3rd anniversary issue of Beyond Race magazine. Hawthorne's song, Your Easy Lovin' Ain't Pleasin' Nothin', was featured in the 4th season of Ugly Betty in its finale episode, Hello Goodbye. The song begins in the scene at Betty's goodbye party when Mark asks Troy if he would like to dance. Hawthorne's track Do It, released under the alias Tuxedo with Jake One, was sampled on Pitbull's track of the same name from his 2013 studio album Global Warming. The title track from Hawthorne's album, Where Does This Door Go, was featured over the closing credits of the Season 1 Masters of Sex episode Thank You for Coming in October of 2013. Discography Studio albums Live albums Direct-to-disc, KCRW-FM, Morning Becomes Eclectic June 14, 2012. Singles Just Ain't Gonna Work Out / When I Said Goodbye 7 single, The Ills / The Ills 7 single, Maybe So, Maybe No / I Wish It Would Rain 12 single, No Strings 10 single, A Long Time digital single, The Walk No. 45 US rock songs, Thin Moon, Dreaming, The Walk featuring Rizzle Kicks, Get Ready, Her Favorite Song, Reach Out Richard. Other A Few Tracks CD, Impressions The Covers EP, Tuxedo EP, Tuxedo, link to EP. Guest appearances All Your Goodies Are Gone, Swimsuits, Love in Motion, Active Balanced, I Still Love You, Do It song from the album Global Warming, Never Take It Away, Deep End, 64 Ways, the Buzz song from the album Bad Neighbor. References. External links, Mayer Hawthorne on Stone's Throw Records, Mayer Hawthorne at the Internet Movie Database, Davey Rothbart interviews Mayer Hawthorne for Grantland.